Everyone, we've got to talk about Ethan Nwaneri and what a fantastic player he is and why he's seriously knocking on the door to be a starter in the first team for Arsenal, because Arsenal just gone and beaten Preston 3-0 away in the Carabao Cup, and that's no joke of a tie. I mean, yes, it's not Premier League opposition, but Ethan Nwaneri is still going to be put to the test. That's still going to be, I assume, a level above what he's sort of been playing and used to. And he's thriving and scoring fantastic goals. So rather than just sit here and complain and moan about why he's not playing more, I want to explore why he might not be, whilst giving serious credit to his performance and understand what he does bring if he does come into the side at some point this season, because it feels in the absence of Odegaard, we've got this player right there. And in this game, he showed us why profile-wise he's absolutely perfect for what we need in Odegaard's absence. But again, what is it that he might be missing? But we're going to talk about all this in a little bit more detail. We'll also talk about the performance, the win, why it's important, why it matters. Because it's not just booking yourself into the quarters of the Carabao Cup. I mean, yes, that's great. And we've needed to do better in these cup competitions for a little while. For me, it's more also that other players started to build a little bit of momentum today, and Arsenal were able to rotate and reach a certain level of performance that we sort of haven't outside of 45 minutes in the first half against Liverpool, if you know what I mean. But look, let's talk about the game in a bit more detail. The starting 11 was interesting, and I have to say, made me really happy because Mikel Arteta decided to go strong. And when I say strong, he decided to not just say, I'm going to wrap up certain stars in cotton wool. I mean, even Bukayo Saka got 30 minutes today or something. What he did do was just manage the minutes of players who maybe haven't played other games for whatever reason, and made sure that actually they're getting some minutes in the legs and actually using a squad really well, to the point where we always had a strong team out there, but you never felt that anyone was being overplayed particularly. So Setford got the starting goal with Raya on the bench. I thought he did fine, not asked to do too much, but claimed his crosses quite well. Some loose passes here and there, but did absolutely fine. Now, Jurriën Timber started a right back with Partey playing in the second half of right back, so I felt that was just good squad management from Arteta, with Saliba and Kivior at centre-back. Good to see Kivior start this game at centre-back. I wonder with Calafiori fit whether he would have, or he would have played left-back, whatever it is. He probably would have played anyway, Kivior, but it's good to see because I thought he was good today. I mean, fantastic assist for the Kai Havertz third goal that all but seals our place in the next round. And yeah, I feel he's deserving of praise. He did well. We're probably not going to have time to talk about all these players in great detail, but well done to Jakub Kivior alongside Saliba. I felt they just sweeped everything up and did really well together. Zinchenko came in and just sort of did what Zinchenko does, is running the game from midfield. And he was often tucking in alongside Jorginho, who I thought was fantastic on the day. I mean, winning the ball back, sweeping up, being a leader on the pitch, and then some of his passing and his ability to control a game of football. Yes, again, with all due respect to Preston, you would expect to against this level of opposition, but I still felt he looked a real master of his craft in that position, so fair play to him. With Marino to his left, Nwaneri to his right, again, right to give the minutes to Marino, with Sterling, Jesus and Martinelli in the front three. Thomas Partey came on, as I mentioned. Saka got 30-odd minutes. Kai Havertz thought did well when he came on getting the goal, and Lewis Skelly got some minutes both at left back and in midfield. That's all I'll really say about the team. Match report tells us that Arsenal had 18 shots to Preston's 7, 10 shots on target to their 2, with 75% of the ball. So all of that is great. Now, that's the kind of overall context of the game. Arsenal take the lead from a set piece. I tweeted that if we're to win a trophy this season, Nicolas Jova should be the one to lift it. He should walk through and say, Martin, Bukayo, Jorginho, thank you guys. It's very kind. I know you're wearing the armband, but let me lift this. Because so often that set piece has been it's been a key, and I mean a key that unlocks doors. It's been something that opens a game up for us, and that goes back to last season too. I've got to say, I think Arsenal have really, really mastered using that as a weapon with different kinds of set pieces. I think I mentioned when was it? Yeah, I think I mentioned in my video yesterday that Arsenal, they had one routine against City where they're bypassing, Saka's going all the way over the top to Gabriel. And they have another routine against Liverpool where the bigger guys, Gabriel included, are being used as kind of like decoys and shields to make the room for a Mikel Merino instead. And in this one, you've got the ball being whipped to the back post and then headed back across. We also know that sometimes we go near post and flick it on. So there's just so many different things that Arsenal, Nicolas Jova are doing from set pieces. And this was another that ultimately put us 1-0 up. Now to the meat of the conversation, and it is Ethan Nwaneri, because he gets the second goal. Sterling, I felt, struggled today. In and out. I mean, he did some good things, don't get me wrong. He did some not great things. Probably could have had an assist or should have had yeah, a moment that resulted in a goal when he sort of cut it back from Marino, then touched it into Nwaneri. I think a better touch from Marino, a better layoff. Nwaneri probably scores, and Sterling's played a big part in the goal. And Jesus scored and looked lively, but those two were kind of in and out of the game at times. But one good moment came from Sterling, keeping the ball in play with some lovely skill. The ball works its way inside to Nwaneri, who then just unleashes this wonder strike into the corner. It's a great finish. It can almost look easy the way he struck it and found that corner, but it's a brilliant, brilliant strike from Nwaneri. Now, what I wanted to say about him in this video is, once getting past all the sort of details of the match, is I know a lot of people will be saying, he's incredible. He's got to be starting. And I think from a technical standpoint, there we go, the thumbs up from the MacBook, that they agree that MacBook agrees that Nwaneri should be starting. From a technical standpoint, I don't think there's anything Nwaneri can't do that others can. I don't think there's a technical level or confidence. So actually, I don't think there's much on the ball in terms of understanding that position that, Mikel Arteta's sort of... I don't think there's anything that he's missing, Nwaneri, that Arteta's necessarily looking for, which is why at 17 years old, Nwaneri keeps referring to him and Miles Lewis-Skelly as two players who are a part of the first team and they're in contention like everyone else. He's made that very, very clear. I do wonder, and I don't think today's game against Preston was any evidence of it, but I'd love to just be in a room with Mikel Arteta and ask him, what is it? Is it the age? Is it something off the ball? Is there an off the ball thing that Marino in that position when he started against Bournemouth, or Havertz when he's sort of drifting out to the right from striker, playing up front with Trossard, or certainly Erdegaard when he's leading them? Is there something that those guys... So, okay, Trossard's the best example, right? Because Trossard is playing basically in the team, and we want Nwaneri to come in and the dynamics to slightly change for that and actually not just change, but revert back to how we've been playing with Erdegaard in the team. But is there something off the ball and positionally, and is there something tactically maybe that's beyond anything we'll ever understand, because it's all in big dossiers and books and files, and it's all on the training ground, and it's on big chalkboards and stuff that maybe Nwaneri doesn't get right now? Because when you watch him, there's nothing like I said, technically, there's nothing he can't do. And watch him, and I think, your striking's fantastic. He could have had a second goal that just sort of nicked off the crossbar, and that was actually kind of his third chance. I mean, those are the two chances. The crossbar and then the goal are hardly chances. He just strikes it so well. His bigger chance, again, he's ghosting into really good areas of the pitch. I mentioned in the match report against Bolton that his link-up's really good. His ability to, understand when to drop deep and be a part of build-up, or when to be higher into the pockets to receive the ball, is brilliant. But not only his positioning so good, when he receives it, his touch. This is for any area of the pitch, by the way. He's high up the pitch, or he's in midfield, and he's a bit congested. There's 2-3 players around him. Every touch he takes him away from the player. He's so good at... Excuse me. He's so good at making space for himself with 1 or 2 touches. It's so impressive. Now, he can every now and again turn into a little bit of trouble, turn into a space. He's a flair player. You expect him to get the odd things wrong and be a little bit insecure sometimes. Insecure's not the word. I'm talking about what's the opposite to security with the ball? The opposite of that, right? You expect him to maybe loosen the ball at times, but that's because he's a flair player that makes things happen. And by the way, I don't even have the stats to back that. For all I know, he completed 98% of his passes. I don't know, but it does feel like sometimes there's a moment where you go, okay, you try something that didn't come off, but we love it because you're a young player. But like the players that will sometimes give the ball away are the players that can just blast it into the top corner. So I'm trying to understand, what is it about his game that Mikel Arteta thinks isn't quite ready? Is it something in training, or like I said, is it a tactical thing, a knowledge thing? Is it a fitness thing? It's something else that it's easy for us in 30-minute bursts, against Leicester, or coming against Liverpool, or Bolton and Preston. It's easy for us to see it in these kind of games, like the talent, but maybe there's something at a Premier League level that Mikel Arteta doesn't think he's quite ready for when it comes to starting. I mean, he must think that, otherwise he'd be playing him. Or you might all just say, no, he fundamentally just prefers Trossard. But does he prefer Trossard to the point at which he's willing to change the dynamics? Because, as we mentioned, if you've got Rice and Marino here, it depends which way you're facing, right? So if you've got Rice and Marino, well, Havertz, who normally, if you're creating a square, Havertz would be in front of Marino, and when we press the front two, he'd be drifting to the left of the front two with Odegaard. But it's flipped now. So Havertz is drifting out to the right of the front two in the press. Trossard's going to the left of the front two in the press. And they're both taking turns dropping into midfield to link up play, almost playing as kind of two false nines to look after both areas of the pitch. But that's pulling Havertz away from his role to fill an area that Odegaard's had to play. And I don't really like that. It feels like a waste of Havertz. It also feels like a waste of a system that's been working really well for us when we're playing through the lines, finding Odegaard in the pockets and linking up well with Saka. So, yeah, I don't understand why you got a Nwaneri there who technically looks superb, offers us something different, is a complete fresh face to this squad, is exciting as well, very brave, lots of flair, but also feels like someone who would keep going what Odegaard's been doing in this team. That's kind of what I wanted to reflect on a little bit in this match report because, look, there's not, what else can I say? Arsenal were very good today. These away trips to, even sides in lower leagues they can be tricky and awkward. I like that Arteta's taking them seriously. I like the squad are clearly taking it seriously. And I like that we're making pretty light work of them so far with the Bolton win 5-1 and now this Preston win 3-0. So well done. We're into the quarters and there will be a reaction, like I said, here on the Goonerverse to whoever we get in the quarterfinals in some capacity, either a short or a live stream. And we're right to praise all that. Great header, Havertz. Well done, Jesus, with your goal. Nwaneri, fantastic. But I just wanted to ask that question. I want all your thoughts in the comment section below. What are we missing? What am I missing? Which is the reason why Nwaneri isn't getting the opportunity we probably feel he deserves when everything we see of him suggests that he's ready. I think he is. So my question, my plea to Arteta is please play Nwaneri. But again, I feel like there's maybe something I'm missing in that. Or at least I'm right to ask the question. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Arsenal win 3-0 and we're into the next round of the Carabao Cup, which is great. I really, really, really want silverware this year. I think this team deserve it, and this is another step towards that.